All right, bring this New Jersey guy in. I would be concerned if I was opening a vapor lounge in New Jersey. Hey, man, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going?
Excellent.
Hey, this is
You're coming in good and clear, too, right?
Yeah, everything's great.
Can you see what's going on here at Vapor Central?
Oh, it looks great. You know, I wish we were up there in Toronto right now, vaping with you guys.
Now, I read something about you wanting to open a vapor lounge in New Jersey.
Yes, that's correct. I do intend on doing that. Right now, I'm still trying to find a location. This would be the political headquarters for Marijuana Campaign, my new human rights organization, to try to end prohibition. And New Jersey's laws are really bad. On paper, we have medical marijuana, but in reality, it's just one piece of red tape after another. And most patients, such as myself, you know, I have PTSD. I'm not covered under New Jersey's law. I'm covered in Delaware. I'm covered in Connecticut. I'm covered in California. But, you know, this is smoke and mirrors from New Jersey. As far as the legal aspects of opening it, this would be a political headquarters, and people are free to smoke marijuana in there. You know, we're not the police. You know, I'm not a police officer. I would have no need to go around checking everybody for their state-issued card.
Oh, look at this guy. This is amazing. Hold on a second. Time out, buddy. You just said that if people were to come where you are, just like at Vapor Central, we don't check IDs here for medical marijuana. We don't check and ask anybody. We just allow you to bring it and smoke it. So what you're saying is you want to do the exact same thing in Jersey.
Oh, absolutely. And medical marijuana is
fuck on. Also, what's the situation like there?
Yeah.
Whoa. You just said the laws are harsh.
Oh, yeah, they are. I mean, right now I'm being prosecuted, actually, in Middletown Township on a possession charge for allegedly 0.64 grams, and I'm taking it to trial. And, you know, this, you know, a-hole cop, John Maley, thinks he's going to, you know, be a smartass and drag me through it. But you know what? Ultimately, patients are going to prevail on this. I'm challenging the law. It's not constitutional. We have the criminal statute that says marijuana is a Schedule I drug in New Jersey, which by definition has no medical use. And there's a more recent law saying it's medicine. So as far as I'm concerned, that law is null and void. The state's admitted the marijuana laws are a lie. And I'm glad to go head-to-head with Governor Christie. And, you know, assuming he doesn't have a heart attack in the process, I think I'll win.
It seems right. So it's a little bit confusing. You're saying on the one hand it's a hard drug in terms of the law, but also there's medical marijuana. So it seems confusing.
Correct. So my argument there, and the argument being used by NJ Weedman, is that because of the fact that the older law says marijuana is a Schedule I drug under state law with no medical use, and then you have the newer law that says it's a medicine, that older law was preempted by the newer law. That would create a conflict in the law based on due process and equal protection, because you're saying for certain people, hey, this is a medicine, but then you're locking other people up saying that this is some sort of, you know, dangerous substance when the law says it clearly is not. But in New Jersey, the real mess is the political system here. We're the most corrupt state in the U.S. Everything's about payoffs. And if you even look at who's running these, you know, dispensaries in New Jersey, they only have 6 licenses. The guy up at Greenleaf, Valentin, the partner in it, he's a former brother of the Monmouth County prosecutor. There was a state assemblyman on their board. So this is all New Jersey payoffs. And, you know, Big Pharma's in bed with the government down here, too. So it's a real fight. And, yeah, the laws are harsh, but frankly, I think that opening up, you know, a vapor lounge, ultimately, you know, we may get raided every now and again, but still, we'll push the tolerance levels over.
Well, sometimes you got to be the heart of activism, and you need to, you know, Chris Goodwin will tell you, the guy working the board back there has been open vapor lounges almost now for 8 years. He's been trying these things. Sometimes you got to face the cops down. Sometimes you got to have a place where people can gather and to socialize and to recognize that, hey, there's a lot of us out there. And once you start taking people out of the alleyways and out of their basements and into the public, sort of into an open venue like Vapor Central, then some serious change begins happening on a very quick level. Is that something that you have considered, that, hey, once we get this out of the alleys, people smoking pot out of the alleys and out of their homes and in like sort of like one place, you would get the momentum to start changing these things? Because you obviously believe you're not alone in this.
Oh, absolutely. No, I'm not. I mean, in terms of my personal crusade, I mean, I'm a medical marijuana patient. I have PTSD. The reason I have PTSD is when I was only 16 years old here in New Jersey, I got thrown in jail for a month because a man who turned out to now be a schizophrenic who was on felony probation for making bomb threats made a false allegation against me to the police. and nobody ran a background check. Nobody did what they were supposed to do. And I got thrown in jail for a month. While I was in the youth detention center here in New Jersey, I had my arm twisted back. I was screaming in pain, and they called that pain compliance, which that's absolutely nuts. But, this is what we're dealing with in New Jersey. Again, it's a very corrupt state. And the attitude in the government, especially the police here, is they do whatever they want until somebody stops them.
Does that make it sound like a safe place to open a vapor lounge then? It doesn't, I don't know.
Not really, to be quite frank. It is not, but ultimately, I'm already having the government causing problems because I'm a patient. I have a court case right now because of it. Frankly, if they're going to try to fight me, I'm going to go down kicking and screaming. And ultimately, they have this game they try to play, something they call a conditional discharge. It's like, oh, pay a fine, go on probation, agree to treatment. It's like, no.
We just switched over. We moved our camera backwards. We got that cam going. We got one cam back. So you should now all of a sudden see how big Vapor Central is. So there you go, buddy. That's the view of what you're speaking to right now.
Hello, Vapor
Central.
Put
up your hands, New Jersey, for New Jersey. That's pretty ballsy to want to open a vapor lounge out there. And this is what our lounge looks like now. It's.
How many people in here want to see a vapor lounge in New Jersey? Tell this guy.
Yeah. There you go, man. Question over here.
I kind of got a question. Are there many like hemp shops, bong shops, that kind of thing in your area?
Oh, there absolutely are. There are a lot of head shops. Unfortunately, though, because of the state law that makes it a felony to sell drug paraphernalia, everybody kind of operates under the wink guise of tobacco. However, I just went to a great head shop here in Toms River, New Jersey called Open Minded. I went there earlier today. I got some great hemp paper. And they actually have a little cafe next door called the Revolution Lounge, which I hadn't been there before, but it seems like a pretty cool spot. But again, there are a lot of head shops all around New Jersey. There's a huge cannabis culture here. Unfortunately, though, people just haven't gotten to the point that they're ready to say, we're standing up and we're not going to take it anymore.
Nice.
We have an evil woman, Mary Pat Angelini, in the state legislature who pushes prohibition. And unfortunately, there's a bipartisan applause for her because she does that. Oh, I'm just doing this for the kids, whatever. But she's getting rich off of it. She runs a prohibitionist organization called Prevention First, which is linked to this guy David R. Evans. Then he's involved with the Drug Free America Foundation and all these other, very creepy backdoor prohibitionist organizations. So it's definitely a real war here in that regard. Oh, by the way, too, the medical marijuana, they want to cap it at 10% THC in New Jersey. That's not medical marijuana. That's swag.
Nice. A whole bunch of people over here know what they're know all about swag. So they want to cap it. It is. Would you say it's just the program's nothing more than an illusion?
Oh, it absolutely is. It's okay. Hey, wait. If you're really sick, you have a medical marijuana card, and you get marijuana from a dispensary. But the secret is trying to get a card is nearly impossible. It's limited to all these. I'm sorry, it's only like 8 or 9 illnesses. It's a handful of illnesses. Your doctor has to register for the program. You're limited to only 2 ounces a month. You can't grow, and nobody even has it legally yet. Some people have cards now, but these dispensaries aren't even open. It's a complete farce. It's a complete joke. And ultimately, too, one issue that I think has to be explored further is the fact that New Jersey's law has no provision for out-of-state patients. And in the U.S., the Equal Protection Clause of the U.S. Constitution says that you have to treat citizens of other states, equally as your citizens. You can't create different laws for different sets of citizens. That's the substance of the Equal Protection Clause. So if you're from Delaware, you have a right to recognize it.
The business plan. I think Colorado and Washington are going to have a lot of marijuana places in the future. And you're right. You got to be in places where it's a little harder to go. It's a little more the road ahead of you, I think, is going to be tough. And I applaud your efforts to do these, to get the word out about New Jersey and about what's going on there. That was the one thing kind of caught my mind. I was like, New Jersey, Vapor Lounge. What's going on here?